Man, you already know. Right back at you. It's your boy Big Truck. So, shout out to my man, OK Rick. We're going to tap into this thing right quick. He has some things to say. I have some things to say. And then the spirit of the universe is going to take us home. So, grab your shoulder pads and your helmet, and let's get this work.
Some of the things that we pass if we terminated the filibuster. Voter ID, no mail-in voting, no cash bail, no men and women's sports, no welfare for illegals. You could go on and on. This is 2 pages of things we'd do if you did that. Without it, I don't know that you pass anything because you can't deal with them. They're really irrational. They really are. But I was happy to see that a tremendous liability to this country, a woman that made herself rich in this country, Nancy Pelosi, has quit, and she'll be out of here pretty soon. And that I consider that to be a great asset for America.
Also, President Trump went off on Nancy Pelosi this morning.
He sure did. He ripped her ass a new one. I'm glad she's stepping down. Why is she stepping down? Maybe the heat got too hot for her ass. Her old ass need to go sit in the corner and eat some ice cream with sprinkles and have some sweet potato pie with the ice cream and shit falling off from the side of her lips. She's done.
So this was 4 hours ago. Trump says on a True Social post, Nancy Pelosi, the old and broken political hack who impeached me twice and lost, is finally calling it quits. She illegally made a fortune in the stock market, ripped off the American public, and was a disaster for America. I'm glad to see the stench of Nancy Pelosi go. Whoa! What y'all think of that, man?
What have I been telling people? What have I been telling y'all? You know, I said it and I say it time and time again. Individuals that have sold their soul to the things of this world, the enemy will come to collect in so many ways. And this is what we're seeing. The enemy coming to collect. Your boy Big Truck cannot be making this shit up. Let's get it.
And we seen what Trump said yesterday and his first statement on it. And then we seen what he said yesterday in the Oval Office. You know, I tell you. And we'll play that right here.
Thank you, press. Thank you, press.
About Nancy Pelosi.
Nancy Pelosi's retirement.
I think she's an evil woman. I'm glad she's retiring. I think she did the country a great service by retiring. I think she was a tremendous liability for the country.
And on Dick Cheney.
I thought she was an evil woman who did a poor job, who cost the country a lot in damages and in reputation. I thought she was terrible. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, press. Thank you, press. Thank you, press. Thank you.
Beautiful. Well said, President. Well said.
She made them really angry, but at the end of the day, there was often grudging respect for some of the skills that she brought to the table.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, bullshit. Running off her mouth. Sticking her nose where it don't belong. Yeah, she was notorious for that. Coming to press conferences drunk. Yeah. Can't act like we didn't know that shit. Can't act like we didn't see that. We saw that. Go on ahead and subscribe, like, comment, and share while you at it. Let's get them likes up. Let's go.
There were people who respected her legislative ability and, being a political boss. I mean, she was the boss of her conference.
Nancy D'Alessandro.
And there is, for political operators, a lot of respect for that. I'll tell you this, I don't know how much we raised over the years off of sending out fundraising appeals based on Nancy Pelosi, but it was a metric butt ton. I'm telling you right now, putting Nancy Pelosi in fundraising mail or fundraising emails would always produce. And by the way, it's not often that someone can become a titan of both Washington and Wall Street. Republicans will remember her as one of the most successful and prolific day traders. She beat the S&P 500 by 559% in her stock portfolio. She's worth a lot of money. She did an amazing job. So what a blow for the financial house.
Of course she's worth a lot of money. She been ripping their ass off and stealing and thieving. Of course. But see, here's the thing, though. This is the message to a lot of Democrats. Y'all game has backfired right in front of you. That's number one. You lied to the people. You stole from the people to try to fulfill your own agenda. But at the end of the day, it's the people that's suffering. At the end of the day, all y'all asses want is votes. People are paying attention. They're waking up. Large number of men and women have taken the gold pill. Now they seeing things for who they are. Now they seeing the Democrats for who they really are. Y'all don't give a fuck about the people. Y'all care about yourself. And then in return, you want to dump shit on Trump. Especially shit he ain't never said. He ain't never did. Trump never said that he was stop and snap in BET. EBT. He didn't say anything about that. Y'all took that shit and ran with it. They said there's going to be a hold, there's going to be a pause. Never said stop it. Y'all took that shit. That's that internet bullshit. You hearing what you hearing on the internet instead of doing your research. And then you go on there running your mouth. That's number one. Number two, you got paid people. I know the Democrats paid your asses to sit up there and go on TikTok and Instagram and act like a damn ass. We know what time it is. Time's up. Somebody gotta pay.
Houses today on Wall Street. I'm sure they're mourning.
Just getting in an elbow, right?
Yeah, really trying to get in some opposition.
Oh,
That's
Scott.
a classic Scott
There we
Jennings,
go.
by the way.
Scott keeping CNN a light tone, ain't he? Keeping it real. The truth, you know? And as y'all know, that's, he just went in on Nancy Pelosi. I tell you, Scott Jennings, there's a reason why so many love Scott Jennings. Even the ones on the left. Yeah. Got to call it out for what it is, man.
To view what you just did there as like the Scott Jennings on TV.
I want Trump to put her in charge of the Social Security Administration. We could all retire in 6 months if we let this lady manage our portfolios.
Do you know what I think is, for me was,
Let this lady manage our portfolios. We'll be able to all retire, huh, family? Yeah, buddy. We all be up. I tell you. Shout out to Scott Jennings for keeping it real on CNN. I tell you, the Communist News Network. I tell you, fake news. Oh boy, we know this makes the liberals, the left, this makes them mad right here when they hear this coming out of other presidents' mouth. We call Trump the president of the world. Check this out.
Already in Uzbekistan, we call you the president of the world. You've done a lot. You were able to stop 8 wars. And I'm convinced that the war between Russia and Ukraine can be only stopped by you. And we are very much hopeful for that already.
Oh boy. Great translation. Beautiful translation. Trump just said this an hour ago.
We have a shutdown, as you probably know, because the Democrats have gone, they're crazy. They're crazy, but they don't care if they hurt the country. But we've approved it 14 times. We've approved a opening up 14 times, and they keep rejecting it. And
after the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct.
We already know why they keep rejecting it. Because they want to add their own agendas, their own personal agendas in the proposals. And it's not cool. Help fund the ABC people. Help the transgender. Help the migrants. Healthcare. EBT benefits. We get it. Because in return, the Democrats want those votes. You see? Where do we go from here? What do we do now? People crashing out. I wouldn't even say crashing out. Because if you look close enough, you can tell there's some poor ass actors and actresses. They get paid to cause chaos. They get paid to start internet bullshit. But maybe, just maybe, a large number of the American people are waking up. And they're glad that they didn't vote Democrats. Glad that they shifted. Y'all can do what y'all want to do, vote how y'all want to vote. But the truth is the truth. And what's going on right now during this government shutdown, the Democrats are really, really showing you that they don't give a fuck about you and what's more important to them, those migrant votes. And Trump is tired of it.
I guess maybe they will again. Let's see what happens. They want to have a lot of bad things happen, bad things for our country. We're not going to give $1.5 trillion to people that came into our country illegally. We're not going to do it. To people who came from prisons, they came from mental institutions, they're drug dealers. They want to give them medical care.
And again, we're going to continue to bring you updates. Tons of hurting, families. Thousands of flights delayed, cancellations. Check this out.
They're already at work right now with $0. What we're seeing is the fact, can they get to work? So I think that
I just want to shout out to all of those government workers, especially at the airports, the TSAs, those that work the air control. Much love and respect. Keep y'all head up. In my heart and opinion, y'all should get paid time and a half for coming in there, working, and not getting no check. I know y'all got mouths to feed. I know y'all got households. I commend y'all for doing what y'all doing. Keep your head up. This thing is going to blow over soon. And I pray that Trump really, really take good care of y'all for doing what y'all been doing, especially from your own time, because you don't have to, but you choose to.
the term of art of calling in sick is probably being a bit misconstrued throughout this process. So people aren't calling in sick. They're either fit for duty or they're not. But what they're having issues with is getting to work. They're saying, especially our new employees that are just training or starting out in this career, they've moved hundreds, if not thousands of miles in the highest cost of living area there is, trying to start out their life and saying, they're calling their employer and saying, I have no gas today. I cannot pay for my childcare. Can I bring my children to work? These are real situations. We cannot just continue to sit out there. They're already racking up their credit cards. They're taking out every loan that they can. And to somehow think that this system's going to run perfect 37 days later, that people aren't going to have real problems when they're expecting pay. We're not out here begging for more. We're out here saying, give us what we deserve. And that is completely un-American to keep these people's wages from them every single day that this continues to drag on. So they're showing up, they're doing everything they can, but real life situations are happening. And it will take time because it will take over 2 months for them to get the proper back pay that they deserve from what they earned in October.
That's just.
And even Democrat voters are fed up with Schumer's political games.
I have a very eclectic listening crowd. I'm even having some Democrats who are coming on, and they're seeing through a lot of the minutia of what's really happening because they can do the math. They notice that there are 55 votes that are voting and to open the government, and they don't see a lot of Democrats on that side. And so they're saying, open up the government and open it up now. Chuck Schumer, not.
I mean, you even went as far as the representative of Pennsylvania, who's a Democrat. He even said, fuck this, in parentheses. And he's stepping down. What does that tell you? Meanwhile, your boy, Galveston Newsom, California governor, yeah, y'all heard? We're going to tap into that too, because there's some fuckery going on with that. Some real ill, sneaky shit. Let's go.
Not Donald Trump.
Wow. Yeah, live on CNN. This is, I told y'all, man, it's all going to come out. The truth will prevail. People are not stupid. The American people are not stupid. As bad as they try to spin this, twist it, and again, everything's Trump's fault. And they know which ones are going to flock to that. They know the ones that are Trump deranged, the ones that just hate President Trump. You know, again.
And those are the ones that are revealing themselves. They are revealing themselves. When you sit back and you watch, you sit back and you observe the situation, you can tell everything deemed at Trump. Okay, y'all Democrats just mad. The Democrats are mad because Trump is back in office. Y'all still crashing out. Just fucking stop. But y'all can't. Y'all just like that modern woman in a relationship, hard-headed and stubborn and lack accountability until your ass get exposed, until you are backed into a corner.
American people are not stupid. I told y'all, man. You know, live on CNN. And I told you, they're going to run a lot of Dems base out, man. Pretty soon there won't be no one left. Democrats once again continue to shoot themselves in the foot. It just gets worse and worse and worse for the Democrat Party. You know? Oh boy.
First thing I want to say is I want to thank all of the federal workers, all of our air traffic controllers, our TSA officers, our CBP officers, and all the people that support them for coming in and working like they are without pay. It is incredible what they're doing and ensuring that our aviation system is safe. Now, I also thank our team who's doing everything during this shutdown here to ensure that we are minimizing the disruption and making sure that our customers are always the center of our focus and attention on how we manage through this. But let me be clear. We need to get the government reopened. We need to get this aviation system back, and I implore our members of Congress to get together and get the government reopened so we can get back to normalcy. Aviation is super critical to this nation. It's super critical to our traveling public.
What's happening in Washington is that Chuck Schumer made a decision 2 months ago that he was going to shut down the government. Chuck Schumer made that decision. Not House Republicans. House Republicans, we did our job 6 weeks ago. And then we said, here you go, United States Senate.
Y'all are hearing the truth. Y'all are hearing the truth. Brother just called it. What does that mean? That means this shit was planned. It didn't just happen. It was planned. He meant to do it. How does that make y'all feel now? Y'all Democrats, how does that make y'all feel to know that your command chief and leader, Schumer, planned this shit? Like it wasn't going to affect y'all. No, it's affecting a large number of individuals. And they don't care. They don't care. We're going to get what we want. Fuck how everybody else feels. Fuck what everybody else is going through. We get what we want, everything is good. We don't get what we want, this shit gonna stay locked down. This is how he's thinking. Gotta find a way to overturn that. Gotta find a way to get his ass up out the picture. Give him a plane ticket and have him go somewhere. Put him on an island by his damn self. He's out of order. This whole thing is out of order. The Democrats are out of order.
Time for you to do your job. And in the United States Senate, Chuck Schumer has been voting no on a measure he voted yes for, the last 17 times he's in the nation's history? The last 17 times there have been clean CRs that have gone through the Senate. He's the one that's always supported them until this one. And that's simply because he's trying to prove his worth not to the American people, but to the radical base of the Democrat Party. That's what's really going on. And that's what's really sick about this. Because instead of being worried about the plight of poor people in America trying to get by, Chuck Schumer's worried about his leadership position. So he's not thrown out of Senate leadership by his party. That's what's going on right now. And
they don't agree. They don't agree with you at all.
Of course they don't agree. He's not going to admit that.
They don't agree. That's why they say they won't admit. But they also look at what's happening and suggest, as you know, there's no trust, is what I'm looking at. Objective. There's no trust between the Republicans and Democrats to have this negotiation.
Chuck Schumer is saying that he doesn't trust Donald Trump to sit down and negotiate. Donald Trump, his entire life, has been making deals. So that doesn't even make sense. He's lying to the American people.
Okay. No, the thing is, Trump won't allow them to put their agenda, okay? Won't allow them to put their agendas in the proposal. That's what it is. The Democrats already told you what they wanted to use $1.5 trillion for. And it has nothing to do with the American people, but has a lot to do for the migrants, have a lot to do with the transgender, have a lot to do with the ABC crew. Let's call it what it is. Let's talk about it.
If we need to bust it, let's bust it. Let's knock it down to 51 and let the Senate know that, listen, the power needs to go to the president and let him get something done. If we don't, we're going to lose our country. It's going to be over with. And so he's got 3 years. He's the last Trump that we'll have in office. He's hard-nosed. He believes in this country. Let's give him some support. If he wants to blow up the filibuster, I'm all for it.
You know, as we end off today's show, I want to just expose this and, you know, call it out for what it is, man. And we know this man here is just getting so much, you know, hit back, and especially from the left, the fake news media, you know, the Trump Jr. syndrome in this country, you know, and people are reposting this photo right here and just saying all kind of things, all kind of captions, and even a photo of Trump that looks like he's sleeping, but, you know, it was like a frame second of Trump blinking as he's sitting in the chair as what's the name is speaking, and it looks like from that frame that Trump is just completely asleep, you know, and the leftists are taking this, you know, the photo and spreading it and just spreading all kind of lies, you know, and remember this this happened a couple of hours ago in the Oval Office yesterday.
Are you okay? Gordon, you okay?
You know.
Yeah.
Shout out to the brother that fainted, and I pray that he's okay. I pray that he's good, and I pray that he gets the medical attention that he deserves, that he needs to get. See, a lot of this stuff is overwhelming, and you have individuals out there that do care about people. Then you have some other individuals that don't give a fuck about people in their situations, long as they get what they want. To me, that's outright selfish. But it's all good, though, because this is Jacob's trouble. Elohim is going to get them. They're going to get persecuted in the worst way for their deeds, for their evil deeds. Meanwhile, Elohim is going to protect his people. He's going to open up the doors on his people and bless his people. The people that he bless, the people that he protects, he's going to let them see what he's going to do to the wicked. And the wicked going to get what they deserve bit by bit. In so many ways. Different ways. Might I ask? Well, might I say? Let's continue.
Press, we're going. Thank you, press. Guys.
And you can see Trump reach in, you know.
Yeah.
But he is okay. And also this took place as well. You know, breaking. It was just revealed that after that man fainted in the Oval Office, Trump rushed to speak with the man's wife to calm her down. A president who cares. You know, check this out.
Meanwhile, y'all talking about this man is racist. This man is selfish. This man don't care about the American people. Okay. We hear what you saying, but every bad, negative thing that you're saying about Trump, how is it that his actions show otherwise on what the fuck y'all saying?
You know, because they don't want you to. They don't want to report on this. They don't want to show you this. You know.
Saw that he was starting to fall back a bit and then fall forward. You know, that wobbliness is never a good scene, especially in the Oval Office where usually you have attention paying, standing upright. And so I grabbed him. The most important thing you learn in medical school, but you should learn it if you're not a doctor as well, just get people to the ground safely. So I bear hugged him, and with some colleagues who were standing next to me, Secretary Kennedy and others, we lowered him slowly to the ground. So far he's doing well, but I'll tell you a story it speaks loudly to the kind of person the president is. So I wanted to speak to the wife to let her know what was happening, but also comfort her. And the president saw me in the corner, and he came over and said, "Who are you talking to?" I said, sort of sheepishly, "I'm talking to the wife." And he said, "Give me that phone." He talked to her and got her much calmer than I could have ever done. And I just think he's just a wonderful human being that he would take time. He could have gone up and done 10 other things, but he actually cared that the wife of a man who he has never met before felt in a safer place. He remembers the forgotten folks.
Is he? But Trump, he stopped what he was doing. He said, "Let me speak to the wife of the man that collapsed in the Oval Office." You know,
he said, "Let me give comfort. Let me help." You see? But yet, y'all say all this bad shit about Trump. But yet, this president did an act of kindness. All the negative press that y'all putting on Trump, y'all don't know, y'all making him look good. By him showing an act of kindness, this really boosted him. Let's continue.
You know, and again, they don't just the little things, man. I know some people look over and said, but you know, it's the little things, man. The little things. And again, the man is held to he got so much pressure. You know, they hold him to the fire every single day. And I told you, any little thing that happens, any small frame, anything that looks off, anything, they're going to criticize. They're going to come after President Trump because of what we had the last 4 years, especially in this country with the previous administration, you know, and all the jazz we had with Biden and the falling down, you know, the sleeping, the you know. So be ready is what I told you guys, man. And they're going to be spreading all kind of lies, misinformation, and they're going to try to make Trump look as worse as possible. Democrats are going to try to make sure that we can always blame the big bad orange man, that Americans must hate President Trump. Simple, you know, and that's one reason why you see them spreading this photo right here, you know, and saying all kind of captions. You know, I seen one caption say, this photographer got the photo of the current state of our country, you know. And then I was seeing captions like, look, Trump doesn't even care. Trump doesn't even care about the man. I was seeing all kind of just hateful, evil captions. I know you guys probably seen it too, you know. And again, we're here to expose it, man, you know.
Yeah, we're going to expose it. And we're going to have fun exposing it. Because the game is to be told, not sold. We're going to play the game how it go. That's how it is. I had to live stream this. Had to let y'all know. Had to share. Breaking news. Trump snaps on Schumer. We know. A large number of people know now. All right? Again, much respect and shout goes out to the government workers that choose to come to work, especially those at our airports. Every airport. Your boy Big Truck from the King's Table sending love. To all those that really do need government assistance, everything is on hold. Trump never said he's cutting anything off. Things are on hold. They just caught the lady that was stealing. Yeah, they just caught her. And those that was with her. $66 billion. Stealing. Okay? It's going to get better. We just got to be patient and hold on for a little while. But I'm praying for you, praying for your families, especially this holiday season coming up. Please